a simple scarf crocheted with some bulky yarn. I want to show you how you can crochet your own scarf. The big question is, how big do I want my scarf? So what I suggest is taking a scarf that you already own and measuring it. You can see this one is about 6 inches, and the length is almost 60 inches long. So you just need to decide how long you want your scarf to be and how wide you want it to be. It may be worth it to crochet a gauge swatch ahead of time. There are a couple of different ways you could check your gauge. If you're going to do a scarf that's single crochet, like I'm going to show you today, then you would crochet up a swatch that's about 4 inches square, about this piece of fabric here, and then you can measure. You can find out how many stitches you have per inch. If you have the same stitches per inch as the pattern, you're right on track. If you have fewer, it means your stitches are turning out larger than planned and your finished project will be larger and you may run out of yarn. If you care about all of those details, then it is important to start with a gauge swatch. For this scarf, I crocheted the entire scarf length and then built my rows up. Because I only have this much to work with, I am going to cast on the scarf horizontally. So I'm just going to cast on until I reach the length I want. Let's say I want 6 inches. I will chain until it looks to be about 6 or 7 inches long. Start with a slip knot and start chaining. If you are going to crochet a scarf horizontally like I am right now, then you will see that you have horizontal short stripes across your whole scarf. This vertical one has long vertical stripes, so the fabric looks different. You just need to decide which one you fancy more. So I'm comparing this to my tape measure. Looks like I need a few more chains. Okay, so this is about 7.5 inches, which is perfect because I'm going to start working into this stitch across single crochets. Once the first row is finished, you can count how many stitches you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 is my stitch count, and I want to, every few rows, just make sure I still have 14 as I'm working up this scarf. As we turn, when you turn in a row, you're going to chain 1 to build up the height for that single crochet stitch. Turn your work, and then work into this stitch, because this chain 1 counts as a single crochet. Let me just show you. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oops, I lied. Chain 1, and then you're going to work in to the next stitch right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can already see the little stripe lining up that looks different from this scarf. What's fun about a simple scarf is you can use this scarf as an opportunity to practice some of your stitches. So if you don't want to stay with single crochet, you could build this row up. You could do 2 chains or 3 chains and do a row of half double crochet, or do a row of double crochet or treble crochet. Whatever you decide to do as your stitch for that row will change the way the fabric looks. The sky's the limit for your creativity, and it helps you get better at crocheting by using this simple scarf as a stitch sampler. I'm going to do one more row of single, chain 1, continue to single crochet until your scarf is the length that you want, because we've already established the width here. This will be a quick project using this bulky yarn and big hook. And the nice thing about a scarf, especially a crochet scarf, is you can just try it on as you go and stop crocheting when you're happy with the length. Notice the difference between the vertical crochet and the horizontal. And let's pretend that this is a complete scarf. I want to show you how to finish off your scarf. Once you finish your last stitch, pull that working yarn through your loop and cut it. Make sure it's long enough so that you can weave that end into your scarf. With crochet, it's sometimes difficult to know which side is wrong, which side is right. With this project, there really isn't a wrong or a right side. As you can see, they both look identical, but you can just choose which side is wrong, which side is right, and you will weave in your end into the wrong side. So this is a tapestry needle or a yarn needle. Just thread your needle with the yarn. And I will choose this as my wrong side. And you weave in the ends one direction, switch to the opposite direction, and then go back the opposite one more time. I like to just put my needle under these little loops. And you'll notice that the yarn just gets lost into the stitches. We're just weaving in ends. So once you've gone about 4 inches, you can switch directions. Now I'm going to work into these stitches right here. And you can't even see it, it's just disappearing into the fabric. Weaving in the ends can be much more secure than tying a knot, and it looks better too. So now we've gone for another 4 inches, and then work the way back the opposite direction one more time. I like to give it a little tug so that they truly get lost in the stitches, and a snip. You will repeat the same thing for your beginning end, also on the wrong side, and then your scarf will be complete.